Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is game time, and in this video I'll be going over a couple of tri-stringer matches. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer, I am no expert tri-stringer player, but in these couple of matches we've got some pretty good highlights, and I'd like to go over those, and even a little bit of things I could have improved on, so we'll touch base with those. And let's see, the first match is a tower control in Manta Maria, so let's dive right in. These look like some really good team comps right off the back. We're going to reprise our role as a backliner, as the the tri-stringer should. Okay, so we see here, not the best way we could have handled it. We took the low ground instead of the high ground on the left, but we still got a trade with the Bloblobber, which is pretty good because for them, the Bloblobber is going to be their anchor. So to take care of them, it allows both of our teams to move forward. But we still have a Squiffer in place, so we still have, I'd say, a good bit of range on them, although their Rapid Blaster and Splatana will be something to worry about. They do end up taking the tower here, and their Splatana takes out our Squiffer, which is pretty unfortunate. One thing I find the tri-stringer is pretty good at on tower control, we take a splat there, is it has those charge shots, and we can charge it and shoot it onto the tower. Alright, we back up a little bit there. That's a pretty good play, when it doesn't seem like we'd be able to hit them. Right here, I'm waiting for anyone to come up off the side, because this is the highest ground position I can manage, which is what we want with our curve shot. We help put pressure on the teammate off to the left. So here we see that Bloblobber coming in. We see his blobs there trying to come up the side, and we get the splat on him. Alright, we saw the Rapid Blaster trying to sneak up behind our teammates on the right. So we take care of him. And now we're ready to assist our teammates with the Splatana. So we get the assist, not the splat, which is still a-okay. That's what we're here for. That's what our charge shot does. We take care of the Bloblobber with our killer whale, you know, if we can't end up getting the angle on it. And now we ride the tower to victory, because we saw no one else was on the tower. So that was a pretty simple match, pretty good, I'd say, other than that one trade with the Bloblobber that ended up putting us at a disadvantage in the beginning. So basically, keeping that range, you want to keep that high ground, and you can get the jump on the enemy at any point. That's generally a really good thing, I would think, especially if you're trying to go for the splat. The tri-stringer is not a skirmisher weapon. You don't want to be the one engaging the enemy head-on, although you do want to be able to handle yourself up close, like we saw with the Bloblobber that was trying to sneak up off the ledge. So you do want to be able to handle yourself, because eventually the enemy does end up running past your teammates, and they do want to get you first. They want to take care of the anchor of the opposite team. So you really need to be careful, because for you are the one that your teammates want to be able to jump to. You want to be safe at most of the time and just keep them right in your range, you know. So now we're going to jump into the second match. Alright, and here we're going to be jumping into Brinewater Springs Splat Zones. Now, Brinewater Springs has some really good positions for backliners. They have that ledge right before the zone, and we're going to try and take advantage of it. This is going to be more of a map here analysis for the tri-stringer, because there's a clear place for backliners on this match. So we'll see it's right here on the wooden pallets. That's where we generally want to be for the backliners. And we can see already where the Squiffer is going to take place at the opposite side of the map in the exact same position. However, I don't believe the Squiffer can reach this range, so we're going to be safe here. Now with our arc shot, we can consistently shoot over that block, as we can see there, and we get the splat on the ink brush, who just popped a killer whale with our arc shot. Alright, and we see the Squiffers going off on the side. They don't really have that height advantage anymore. But they pop a big bubbler there. So, unfortunately, off to the right, we didn't see the Zuka coming in, and they get a clear shot on us. So they take us out. It looks like the Squiffer's big bubbler was taken down, though, and we did leave a toxic mist there. So we did make them have to move. Alright, we still maintained control, and that was a really poor jump. I probably should have looked at the map. Of course, they have 2 killer whales on their team, though, to watch out for. So before we jump right in, we want to make sure our teammates are good to come in, too. And here we're almost in range of the Squiffer for them to get us, so we want to watch out. We'll pop our own killer whale here while it's a good advantage, 3-2. And we take one splat, and we see... Let's see, we are... we want to be careful here, because now we know there's a Trizuka. And we were in sight for a while. Alright. And back to that close range combat, though. We want to be able to take care of any close range threats. Because that ink brush could definitely have almost splat us. We see how close they were. But fortunately, I was able to get the splat on them right before. And then dodge out of the killer whale's range. Okay, so we want to be careful because we know someone's got eyes on us. And the Rapid Blaster takes us out pretty quick. So, yes, we definitely want to back up here. That was so close with the blaster there. But we see, if we look right there, they're putting an X over it, so someone's just taking care of them. But that was some quick reacting, because that Clash Blaster would have gotten us really quick. So we lose the lead here, but we also take back control fairly quickly from there. Alright, we want to maintain control because we need to take the lead. Alright, so we don't take the splat, but we take an assist for it. We also take the lead, and I want to back up here because they see me. We want to use that arc shot because we see where they are. Okay, that was a pretty good trade for the teammate. Alright, so we still throw the mist in there. So that's a pretty decent angle, too, because we see if anyone can jump off. So we see they threw the splat bomb, and we also see the bamboo hat through the toxic mist there. If you want to take a closer look at where they might be coming from. And from here, we can really pressure them with our range and our arc shot and go all the way to them. We can also see if they want to jump down to the side, and then we can take care of them. But we have control, and we only have 19 points left until victory. So we see no one's jumped down, but they must have already been there. Maybe they jumped to a big bubbler or something. Alright, so I don't think they see me from the side here. Maybe they're not worried about me. We pop a killer whale, and we do want to take note right before we start moving in the right that in the left they did have the Clash Blaster, and he does have a special ready, as we can see by his icon right there. little bit of a risky play going through there, but I want to get back to my teammates because if I'm vulnerable and all alone, that just bodes very bad news for us. Alright, we take out the ink brush before they can sweep in behind and try to take care of our teammates and dispatch them. So we are working at a 4v2 advantage here while waiting for their Swiffer to come back in. We want to take note that there was a Clash Blaster there. We saw the shots. Alright, so we also want to take note that we are spotted once again. I mean, that, I forget what it's called, but when they spot you with the circle there, point sensor, that's what it is. When they get you, all their teammates can see. They have all 4 teammates out, and all 4 of them can see. Now, I think the Trizuka has already shot 2 shots, which leaves 1 left for them to possibly come at us. Nope. Okay, it was 3. We want to watch out for that Squiffer coming in and the Clash Blaster. We get the splat on the 52 gal there, but we can see right there, right outside of the signs range, we see that Clash Blaster's coming in. And we don't get the splat there, but we see the idea behind it. We take a little bit of cover, we threw a Toxic Mist, pop the Killer Whale, and while they're distracted, we would want to go in from behind the sign and start applying more pressure and potentially getting the splat if a teammate doesn't. But, yep, that was 2 matches right there. 2 pretty good Tri-Stringer matches, I'd say. And, hey, look at that, we get a fist bump. That's pretty cool. But, yeah, like, I'm no expert Tri-Stringer player, but I'd say that was 2 pretty good matches with it in the role it wants to be. And it wants to be that backline weapon. It wants to pick off the enemies where our teammates don't from skirmishing and maybe even get a revenge KO, you know. So, that's essentially it. So, yeah,